Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft and one of the richest men in the world, for 1 week locks himself in a cottage in a forest, and all he does is read books and thinks about the future of technology. This right here is called deep work. Deep work is doing professional work in a distraction-free zone with complete concentration that pushes your brain to the limit. This kind of work creates new value, improves your skills, and this kind of work is hard to be replicated. Think about it. How many people do you know in today's society who would be able to work like this? Not that many, and this is why deep work is so valuable. If you're able to do deep work in whatever you want to do in life, whether it's your job or if you're a student, you're going to perform at a very high level. Compare this to what most people do, which is called shallow work. Shallow work is work that doesn't take much thought, and it's usually performed while you're distracted. Think of it like this. Let's say you're studying for an exam and your phone is on and you're checking your messages and there's music in the background and you're watching videos while studying. This kind of work is called shallow work, and there's nothing special about this. So if you want to focus completely, then you need to do deep work. Now, why is deep work important? Well, it turns out that there is a lot of science behind this. Any skill that you have, whether it's something physical like dribbling a basketball or it's something mental like performing multiplication in your head, this skill resides inside your brain. Now, in your brain, there are small circuits made up of neurons, and each skill you have is basically a separate circuit. So any skill, like dribbling a basketball, when you start to dribble, this circuit in your brain is activated and electricity passes through the circuit, telling your arms and legs to make the actions that allow you to dribble. Now, all of this happens in microseconds, and here's where deep work is applied. These neurons are insulated by something called myelin. Think of it like insulation that is around electrical wires. Now, when you're in deep work and you're practicing your skill, you force the same circuits to fire again and again. Using the same circuit again and again causes the brain to add more and more myelin around the circuit. The more myelin there is around the circuit, the faster the electricity can travel and the better you become at that skill. So remember when you were a kid and you didn't know how to dribble. When you first learned it, you were probably very slow. But the more you practiced, the more myelin was added to your circuit, the better you became at that particular skill. Now, this kind of myelination only happens when you're not distracted and you're concentrating hard, and that's why deep work is so important. There's another reason why shallow work is horrible, and that's because of something called attention residue. See, a lot of people think that they can do multiple things at once. They think that they can check their emails, work on their project, and also reply to their girlfriend's 5th message on Facebook. But according to research, there's actually something called attention residue. So when you reply to your girlfriend or boyfriend on Facebook and then turn your attention to your project, let's say 20% of your attention will still be on that message, and you won't be able to fully focus on your project. This is the kind of situation where you might end up sending an I love you note to your professor and your network analysis paper to your girlfriend. And trust me, neither of them will be happy about that. So the question now is, how do we do deep work? Well, the way we can start doing deep work is to make deep work a habit. You need to create a routine in your life where you do deep work at a specific time. According to Newport, there are usually 4 ways of doing deep work. Number 1, monastic. Think of a monk in a monastery, removed from the little distractions of normal life. You're essentially unplugged from the matrix and completely focused. Number 2, bimodal. In this mode, you alternate between a monastic approach and a normally engaged mode. Number 3, rhythmic. The basic idea is to basically use a chain method and do your deep work at a rhythmic interval every day or every week. And the last is journalistic. In this mode, like a journalist who's ready to write on a deadline whenever the situation arises, you fit your deep work into your schedule whenever you can. Now, according to the author, this is what he uses. Now, here's another thing about deep work. You cannot just decide to deep work on everything. Most people only have a limited amount of concentration power that they can use every day, and most of the times this is limited to maybe 3 to 4 hours per day. So you need to be very certain about what is the goal that you're going to do deep work on. For example, if math is your weakest subject and you're in school, make it a goal to do deep work on math. If your biggest goal is to finish your PhD thesis, do deep work on that. The most important thing is that you eliminate all distractions when you're working. So you tell everyone in your family beforehand to not disturb you. You put your phone on do not disturb mode. If you want to drink coffee or tea while you're working, you arrange the stuff beforehand so you don't have to go looking for it while working. Another thing that might happen is that you might start to feel some boredom. You might start to get bored 30 minutes into your session, and that is when you have to understand one thing. Learn to accept boredom. Don't try to run away from it. If you're feeling bored, just take a few deep breaths. Don't immediately open Instagram or YouTube. Relax, maybe walk around the room for a few minutes and then get back to work. Remember that if you decide to open your phone or go talk to someone or do whatever it is you do to kill your time, you're going to go from deep work into shallow work. Now the last part is that after you've done your deep work, you need to shut down completely. Deep work actually puts a lot of strain on you. If you've deep worked efficiently, you're going to be tired. Now a lot of people make the mistake of trying to push themselves unnecessarily just for the sake of doing more work. Now remember, even 1 hour of deep work is more effective than 3 hours of shallow work. So as soon as you're done with your deep work, think about what you want to do the next day, make your list, do whatever small errands you need to take care of, and then be done with your work for that day and tell yourself out loud, shut down complete. Close your books, close your computer, and completely relax. Cal Newport himself has written 5 books. He's got his PhD from MIT and is a professor of computer science in Georgetown University. Even he says that every day around 5 p.m. he stops doing all the work and he doesn't work on the weekends. In spite of this, he's able to do so much more because the 5 days that he does work, he does deep work. So my friend, are you ready to do deep work? And by the way, if you've watched the video till now, congratulations. You probably have more focus than most of the people who watch these kinds of videos. So do leave a comment below letting me know your thoughts about this video. If you like this video, then please click the like button and subscribe for more videos on self-improvement. And also click the bell icon so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.